Okay, everybody, I should be live and you should be viewing a picture of an RCA radio if I'm not cracking up. Let's wait for my internet's mega slow at the moment. Alright, let's pop this chat out. Pop out the chat. Where's that noise coming from? Where the hell did that noise come from? Oh my god. Let's pop this chat out. Pop out the chat. Hang on. Okay. For some reason we had Game of Thrones popping in there. Right, let's get my ugly mug up on the shot here. Well, afternoon everybody. Can you all hear me, see me? I don't know, my YouTube's doing some strange stuff here. Yeah, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Right way up. No banner, you've got to have a banner. Benji the banner. So how are we doing? Everybody hear me, see me? I've got audio, lip sync. Been playing with that, very tricky. Lip sync could be slightly off. Excellent. Looks like we're in business then. It's a big ongoing thing, this. Oh yeah, alright, let's have a look who's in first of all. So we got Benji, who loves the banner. Benji the banner's in. Wenlock, Cyberflyer, Andrew Ausfer, Andy Beck. Me, I'm in by the looks of it. Paul Cody's, afternoon. Simon Spars, how are you? Bretsky, how are you? Excellent. All the usual, a couple new, well, I don't think have we seen Bretsky before? I think possibly we may have done Brett. I assume you're called Brett. Yeah, welcome Brett anyway. In York. Yeah, you'll find that there's a lag. I mean, there's going to be a lag, Benji, but what you're viewing, although it might be a few seconds behind, should all be synced up, hopefully. You know. My internet is not fast like a Ferrari, unfortunately, but Mr. BT is coming on Tuesday, so you never know. It may be sorted. Right, so just for Benji, we'll get rid of that. Oh dear. I was trying to add some music into the intro, actually. I was going to stick this radio picture, this one here. I was going to stick that on your screen with a nice bit of intro music, which I found, but I couldn't somehow marry it all up, and the audio's a nightmare on this software. So anyway, that was the situation. So it's been a busy week, various things going on. Internet's not fast. Yes. Yeah, it's not bad, Simon. I've messed about with it. I've done about 15 videos, all at different delay rates, and this is about 11 milliseconds, which is not bad. It's about as close as I can get. It's somewhere between 11 and 15, I think, is the optimum. Audio's gone? Don't tell me the audio's gone again. No, I've got audio. Don't tell me the audio's gone again, Andrew. Yeah, I'm supposed to have super fast 2 up here, which supposed to be giving me 64 megabits download speed, and upload speed is what you need for live streaming, and mine at the moment is somewhere around about 6. So not 100% sure if they're going to be able to get that any better, but apparently they're going to come and have a look because it's not good enough. Yeah, so you keep saying, Benji. Oh dear. I'll stick the banner back on, Benji. So anyway, I need to get some beer sorted. I've got my iPad lined up today as well on an input, so that's going to be quite interesting. I can bring in bits and pieces on that. So if anybody sends me any photos, I can chuck them on screen. So we've got it even more hooked up this week. It's going to be a shorter stream today because I do have to go out to a barbecue later up at the local pub, which starts at 4, but I don't have to be there for 4. So there we go. Yeah, down is always faster than up. I mean, I'm getting about 25 download, and I'm getting about between 5 and 6 uploads. So I can only stream at I think it's 3 megabits a second. You're supposed to have about 50% headroom. I can push that a little bit, but I daren't push it. I daren't push it. All right, so let's get some beer underway. So let's get the beer cam on. Hopefully the audio is going to be constant throughout today. Hopefully, he says. You never know. So we're on beer cam now. And I think the first one, I've been looking forward to drinking this one all week, actually. I don't know if any of you remember Rick Stein's dog that used to bite everybody. But this is Sharp's Brewery. Chalky's Bite, look. It's pretty potent stuff. If I go in a bit closer, I should be able to go in a bit closer. Yeah, autofocus seems to struggle on this camera for some reason. I think it's focusing on... yeah, there you go. Yeah. I maybe need to switch this camera over to manual, you know. I've just got it on auto at the moment while I'm learning the ropes with it. But hopefully you can see that. And you can still hear me, which would be great if you can. It says I've got audio on the output. What audio it is another thing. So this is 6.8% apparently. But I think Chalky's passed away now, actually. I'm sure you'll all tell me if that is the case. It's quite a light beer, actually. I thought it was going to be a bit darker than that. But yeah, I've refrained from drinking this one all week. So there's a beer cam for you. It's not a dedicated beer cam. These glasses I got from a local auction. And it says, I think it says... North Devon Golf Club, but it's Dartington Crystal and dirt cheap. That's what you like, isn't it? Gotta have a bit of dirt cheap. Anyway, cheers everybody if you have got a beer. Hopefully as the weeks go on, so the live streams will get better. That's the hope. I've been having a look at the YouTube audio library. There's some nice little tunes in there that I can have as an intro. Yeah, all right, let's get the chat back up. So we've got the SE in now. Yeah, Virgin Media fibre is really good. You're dead right, the SE. But the problem is because I'm rural, there's no cable available out here. Virgin did say that they could put me in a dedicated line, which would definitely speed things up, and it was only £270 a month. A starting price, £270 a month. So that would have been a bargain if I was a millionaire, possibly. But I'm not, so we're going to have to just see if we can get BT as good as it can get. Right. So I've got a few radios to look at today. You've all seen the intro picture with the lovely old RCA. I'm hoping Bill will be in at some stage, battery maker, because he has actually done one of those recently. In fact, I might even be able to get his picture of his up on here and stick it on your screen for you. Let's have a look. That would be clever, wouldn't it? But Bill's looks absolutely immaculate. Let's see if I can find it. It's back a few couple of days, I think. So bear with me. We'll stick Bill's picture up first because this is how it should look. So again, if anybody has anything relevant to the stream, if you send it to me on Facebook Messenger, I can pop it up on screen, possibly. But I don't know yet because I've never tried it. It's always a first. Now, where's Bill's picture gone? Bear with me. How are we all doing anyway? There's Bill's. Here we go. So I should be able to stick that on camera. Yes, you have got your card in the background there. Stick it in the foreground, Paul. Ah, you can't see it now. Oh dear. Oh well. I'll stick it up there like you will. How's that? Right. Let's stick Bill's picture. So this is what they should look like. This is a picture that Bill sent us in the week. Looks like we've got audio. I mean, that is absolutely immaculate. If you compare it to the one I've got here, it's a long way off. Apparently Bill used, what did he use? Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on that. He used some strange, you can zoom in a little bit on that. He used some strange American cleaner that I have heard before, but yeah, I mean, that's come out. I don't know what the picture's looking at on your screen, but it looks pretty good on mine. And that's Bill's armchair by the looks of it. I'll have a quick look and see what he used to clean it up with, because I did ask him how he got it that nice. Right, he used White Gojo hand cleaner. White Gojo? Once over with White Gojo, apparently. Anybody got any idea what that is? White Gojo. Then a round of Brasso, apparently. So, yeah, White Gojo. Never heard of that before. Alright, let's get back to the chat and then we'll start, we'll pull up the one I've got. Yeah, White Gojo. And Brasso. White Gojo and Brasso. I'm going to drink left-handed here because I've got the mouse on my right hand. I'd need to sort something out. Afternoon Racing Demon, Mike, how are you? I need to sort out like a little shelf for my mouse. I've got it on my leg at the moment. Yeah, anyway, so let's get the one that I've got up. This is one that's in from Tony. I'll stick you onto the other cam. I'm gonna have to zoom out a bit because that's a bit close. There we go. And got to move it in a bit. I'm going to have to get myself a fluid head for this tripod so I can move it about a little bit, but you get the gist of it. Hopefully that's roughly in focus. But, yeah, it's looking a little bit worse for wear. We got a ding here. I've actually got the light on the camera here, haven't I? Bear with me while I just flick the light on. Right, that's better. So yeah, this is Tony's radio in for repair and restoration. You think it's that stuff they dispense in public conveniences, Benji, do you? It could be. It could well be. It's quite nifty. It's got this little little door that comes down. But I mean, when you look at Bill's, his has got brass bits here, but these are like Bakelite on this one. So maybe Bill's is a slightly different model. You know, that's obviously the tuning. That must be the volume. I don't think there's any switch on that as such, so I don't want to force it. So I have managed to find some info on this, so let me see if I can flick that up for you. In fact, I found quite a bit of info on it. Where did I put it though? I put it somewhere really safe. Okay, here we go. Let's pop that up on the screen for you. It's pretty nifty, isn't it? So I don't know if you can see that. I can zoom in a little bit on it. I think, if I can find it again. Zoom, pan, no. There we go. That's a bit better. Well, that's happening live as I do it, look. So hopefully you can read that a little bit better. I believe it dates from around about 1950. I can't see any dates on that. So yeah, it's a nice little radio. So let's no, this one. So I did a little bit of research on it this morning, and there's quite a few bits on it. I've got some alignment procedure. This is the original manufacturer's info on it. Again, I don't know if you're going to be able to read that or not. So yeah, someone's gone to the trouble of sticking this as a schematic, putting it online. I was trying to see if I could rotate it, but who knows? It'd probably disappear off the face of the earth if I rotate it. And list of the parts. So yeah, I've managed to get hold of that. But I believe it dates from around about 1950. Where's Bill when you need him, isn't it? I don't know how far behind I am on the chat, actually, instead of doing top chat. No, it won't let me do. Oh well. I think Sean's not in today because he is out and about today. Hi Rob, how are you? You want to see the tubes, Benji, do you? Let's see if it says what tubes are which. Yeah, it does just there. So tubes, here's your tube list. So we've got a 3V4 on the output, a second detector, AVC and AF is an IU5. IT4 is IF. Looks like, I'm not sure if that's II7Z3 or 117Z3 is a rectifier, 105 is a converter, and IT4 is the RF amp. I don't think I can get any bigger. Oh, so can't get any bigger than that. That's about as big as it gets. So let me just alter that other camera up a little bit because it's a little bit low. So let's get. Oh, you're still on that. There we go, that's a bit better. Oh God, I'll tell you what, this camera's heavy. I do need to get a new head for this. I think this camera's a little bit too heavy for this head. But you know. So let's switch you back over to the radio itself. Let's get rid of Benji's banner. That's a little bit better shot. So let's have a look inside it, shall we? Hopefully you can all hear me still. Let's get my beer out of the way. Chalky's Bite. Good old Chalky. We're on that one today, Rob, being you've only just joined us. Bit of Chalky's Bite. Oh dear. Yeah, I'd say I do like that little cover that comes down. It feels like it's damped as well. RCA Victor. So let's have a look in the back. I'll have to hold that up. Let's find something to point with. That'll do. So this here doesn't look too healthy to me. Let's see if I can get you in a little bit closer without. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's got. I don't know whether that's leaked or it's got mold on it, but it looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 electrolytics in one. I don't know if that is the case. Let's have a quick look. So it's not. Is it going to tell me? Yeah, it is. There's 4 electrolytics in that. C29, 30, 31, and 32. A lot of electrolytics in that can. Give it the juice. Yeah, we don't want to blow up Tony's lovely old radio. But so we've got mahogany wood feet in it for the battery. There must be a pretty hefty battery went in there. 5-pin plug. So that battery must have been HTN-LT. What does it say in there? It is a VS019 RCA battery. VS019. Can I put it down on its front? Let's drop you in on the overhead cam, see what that looks like. Spoil you people, we'll spoil you. Right. See if I can go zoom out a little bit on that one. Let's put the light on. Right. Yeah, so that doesn't look too healthy to me. What else have we got in there that looks dodgy? I don't know, but there's some information on the top of the lid as well, which is quite interesting. So that's the maker's info on it. Use only genuine RCA radio tubes. The other thing is, this is obviously 115, so I can't just stick that in the Variac because it's got this lovely old Bakelite plug on the end of it. Let's just get the brightness up a bit. Yeah, it's got this lovely old Bakelite plug on the end of it. So I don't really want to cut that off. I'm tempted to stick another lead in it. Also looks like we've got some bits missing inside. I don't know. I don't know whether there was obviously a screw loose. We've got a screw missing from in here. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but no, maybe not. But there is like a little clamp down there, like centre of the screen, with there's two holes that are drilled that look like they accept something. Whether that's something to do with the battery clamping, I don't know. So anyway, let's get you back onto the main camera. So yeah, that's the state of affairs at the moment. I'm not really confident to put some power on this. I need to get another electric cord in there. I can obviously wind it up to 115 on my Variac, but I think with that electrolytic like it is, it's going to go pop, I would say. I don't know if Tony has tried this. Tony can't be with us today because he's off watching some cup final. Is there a football cup final or something on today? He's off watching something anyway. Hi there, Gary. How are you? We have a moderator in the house. Look, it is American, Rob. Stuff it, yeah. I think it's definitely going to be stuffed. I can't get rid of it. I've just got to see if I can wipe that mark off of it. It looks like a cardboard tube, sort of coiled like a toilet roll, I suppose. A toilet roll inner. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that one. Tony's asked me to have a look at it and do the best I can with it. It's a hell of a big battery compartment, so I'll be interested if anyone's got a picture of a VS019 battery that we can have a look at. And I'll just show you one other little label there on the inside, because that's pretty nifty. Let's see if I can get it in on the screen. I might better just get it in like that. Let's have a look. Where's my mouse gone? There we are. Just zoom in a little bit. So yeah, a little label on top here. Look. This instrument includes the matched elements required in the production of a golden throat tone. Chief engineer, whoever he is, looks like D.D. Cole. Chief Engineer, Home Instrument Department, RCA Victor. And it is made in the USA. I think Rob was asking what it is. He's just joined us. But hopefully you can see from that, Rob. And there's the maker's label on it. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that one. I'm not going to risk damaging any of those valves. Tubes, as some of us call them. Anyway, let's get you back onto the main camera. Battery plan sent to Messenger. Okay, so a little look at that one then. Oh, he says, chucking the mouse on the floor. Probably cut me off the live stream now. Okay. So, Paul has kindly sent us a picture. So let's pop over to the iPad. Just zoom that in a little bit. So this is the battery that it states in there, VS019, is that right? Yes, it is. Wow. It looks like all the notifications dropping in on my screen as well. Yeah, that's a bit of a monster, isn't it? That's a huge battery. Anyway, just thought I'd pop that up on screen for you. Let's get back onto my ugly mug then. Let's get Benji's banner back in. I've messed about with the banner as well, so I can stick in the model of the radio there now. Look. So it's an RCA 8BX6, if anybody wanted to know. I should have stuck that in earlier, really, when I had it on screen, shouldn't I? Oh, dear. Never mind, you know, I'll get the hang of it one day, when I'm big and grown up. When I'm big and grown up. Just zoom that camera out a little bit. Oh, wait. So there it is. RCA 8BX6. The logo did work that time, look. So that one, I'm going to need to get to grips. Check that electrolytic out. I have got the service info on it, so once I've done that, I can get to work on it. So hopefully that'll be fairly soon, although I've still got a lot of radios in at the moment. So let's see what else we got then. Let's stick me back on the screen. Let's get this one down out the way. Ah, I'll tell you what, it's warm here today. It's muggy as hell. So you'll have noticed from the description that I put up that I've got some more airband radios in. Let's grab them up on the desk a minute. Let's get you back on the main camera. And we've got one more which is out here. Hopefully no breaks in the audio today as well. I think I've sussed that out. I've done something right anyway. So there we go. Bunch of 3. Now these are from Darren again, who's the airband king. And I was going to show you some of his info on these. On his website actually, which I have got here. So let's oh, hello, struggling a little bit. So let's go on to, this is Darren's website, which is raf-fairford.co.uk. So he's got all his vintage airband stuff on one tab there. So we click on his vintage airband. brings up the different ones. So the front one we've got Park Air. I don't know if he's got anything on the Park. Yes, he has got a bit on the Park Air. Park Air Concorde. Okay, this is the very first one that we were looking at. So it's based on a National Panasonic RF610. So if anybody has got any vintage airband radios, then if you want to let me know, I know Darren would be very keen to get hold of as many as he can. He must have quite a collection coming on now. This is some more obscure ones as we're going down through. But the first one really then is this Concorde. So it's based on the Panasonic RF610, which I've got the info on this on the Radio Museum. Get off. Oh well, for some reason it's decided it's not going to let me take that off the screen. So year of manufacture is roughly 1966 by the looks of it. And luckily enough, we've got all Japanese transistors in there, look. So no AF series transistors. So the likelihood is it might actually work, although these do suffer from dodgy capacitors. So that's the first one. That's the Concorde Park Air Electronics. It does say on the back the model RF610. So that's the first one. This next one's in a bit of a sorry state actually. This one is a Gowers VHF Informant 2. Now, Radio Museum do have a bit of info on this one. Made in Switzerland, as are the other Gowers. 1968. And again, luckily, I thought that might have had AF117s in it, but it hasn't. It's got AF106s, 136, 138, 137. So that one may well work. Look. There's not a massive amount of info on it. The one in the pictures is in a lot better condition, and the dial face on it. Let's have a quick look, see if I can get the pictures up individually. I should be able to. Yeah, that's a bit better. So yeah, you can see from that the dial face is quite clear, but this one you literally can't see. But Darren has put a bit of a light behind it, and it does show up then. So what else have we got? Yeah, that shows the top plate there. That's what it should look like. I have got the handle for it, but let's get you in on the actual set itself. You can see it's virtually, let's stick it underneath the overhead camera. The base is unfortunately yes, a bit bright there now. Let's turn that light off a minute. That's probably this one actually. Yeah. So you can just about see the actual screen, because basically the camera's picking it up. I'll try and get this light here out of the way really. See if I can brighten up the... Yeah, it's not very good, is it? You can just about see the text coming through it. You can just make that out, but it's definitely really, really difficult to see. If I switch back to the main camera and zoom in a bit, you're gonna see, you can't really see it. So I don't know what to do with that really. I don't know if it's sandwiched between a few different layers, whether it's got nicotine stained, whether I need to whether I need to actually try and get a layer of it back, I don't know. Polish the top layer off. Who knows? So we'll try these in a minute, but I'll just go over them first. So that is the Gowers Informant 2, Gowers VHF Informant 2. This last one looks pretty impressive. This is I spotted this one on eBay a while back, and Darren wasn't overly keen because he thought it was a bit plasticky, which it is, but it is still a vintage airband radio, so he did in the end bite the bullet and get it. And I think looking at the info on this, we should have some aerials plugged in. We've got no aerials here. Yeah, I'm not really sure what these things do. I suppose they're just, it's a direction finder, so you can actually look through. Looks like you can look through this one at the scale here. So I suppose it's sort of, let's get you back on the other camera. You can see it a bit easier on that. So we've got like a scale on this end, and on the other end you've got like there's like a little hole, so you can actually see through that one. No, you can't really see it very well, can you? I've zoomed in a little bit too close now. Yeah, so you basically look through that one at the other scale, and in theory you should be able to get the direction of the signal by turning this piece. Yeah, so you should be able to, you can just about see it there, look. Clever. There's a protractor on the top here. But if we go over to the Radio Museum site again, let's get you on that. This is what it should look like. So this is what it should look like. So it should have 3 aerials in theory. And it looks like they're all plug-ins, so it's a shame. I don't know if Darren has got those aerials. And there's also a handle missing as well, this big handle on the side. And the other bit is we've got a little bit of info on it as well. So it's £47. I mean, that would have been a lot of money back then. Back in the, what did we say it was, 1960s? Unfortunately, whoever took a scan of that hasn't got the whole page in, so it's a bit cut off, but it's got shortwave as well on it, 1.5 to 4.5 megahertz. Beacons, VHF, so I don't know what the button is on the side. We've got a button that says console on off. Whether that switches this top piece in or out, I don't know. But yeah, a 3-position switch on the front, so we've got beacon, broadcast, marine, VHF, off or on, direction finding, level, squelch. It's quite a complex radio. Oh no, it looks like the tuning dial is not moving. We have no movement from the tuning dial, so that must mean that either it's jammed or we have a broken dial cord, which will be a bit of a nightmare. Alright, let's catch up with the chat again then in a minute. Let's get Benji's banner back in there. I don't know how much of a lag there is on this, but at the moment I'm saying, is it backlit? Well, I think we're a bit further ahead than that, aren't we? Let's see if I can get in on the live chat here. On the iPad might be easier to view. Live now. Restringing live? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Live restring, that would be painful, wouldn't it? No, I am up with it. Yeah, so we got the wrong title there. Right, so seeing as this one's on the bench, I think we'll have a look at this one first, shall we? So this is a Novatech Aviator 2. So it come out a little bit. So let's have a look in the back of him. Open. Let's get a screwdriver and open it. Someone's put a little one of those, what do you call it? I can't remember what they're called now. A little label maker gun. They put England and stuck that on the back. Probably been there since the radio was new, I would think. Let's have a look, see what battery. So yeah, sadly we haven't got the aerials, but I will find out from Darren whether he has got them. Oh, got a Wilco extra battery in there, look. So we've had a bit of battery corrosion in there at some stage. Yeah, that tag's a bit corroded as well, so may have to change that one. But really, let's get you on the overhead cam. We'll have a look at the guts of it inside. I think it is useful, that overhead cam. It's a little bit, yeah, that's not too bad. And I think I've still got audio as well. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? The technology. Right, okay. So yeah, this is a little bit gammy, the battery thing. We have got a Wilco battery there. Wilco Extra. It is alkaline. So have a quick look, see if there's any power in that. But we'll power it up. 8.4 volts. So no, he is a little bit low. Let's get my bench supply in. Let's go back to 9 volts. Assuming it is a 9-volt battery, I'm sure it is. And the frequencies are on there as well. Look, I don't know if you can see them or not. There's overhead lights blowing it all out again, isn't it? It's 110 to 135 megacycles. Megahertz as we call it. See, it says, yeah, there you go, that's a bit naughty. So it is actually a 6-volt radio, 1.5 volts times 4, so you need a 4 a 4AA holder for that one. Just as well I looked at that, isn't it? So that's got my power supply back to 6. So someone could have done a bit of damage, hopefully not. I ain't got 4AA holder here, have I? See if I got a 4AA holder. No. Yeah. So what it should have is one of those in there. A 4AA holder. So that would sit in there, I would assume. And this connects up to it. So I'll have to hook down up with one of those by the looks of it. Just as well I didn't power that up, wasn't it? So in here that I can't see, unless anybody else can see anything on the camera, it's quite clear. Let's just make it a little bit brighter. And check the autofocus. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so we've got all these Japanese. Let's find something a bit less dodgy to poke it with. I have got a box. I mustn't forget. I've got a box from Paul there that I've been asked to open live. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. So yeah, we've got one. There's going to be possibly a transistor. This has got to be the RF unit inside there. Screwdriver's a bit magnetic actually. It's probably not the best thing to be poking around with, but I don't suppose it's going to matter too much. Yeah, this is probably the IF stages in here. These old grey caps are never the best, but they don't look to be dodgy, but they never do. But they're highly likely to be totally shot. Assuming this is the amplifier stage up here with all these caps in it. I can't try to see where the outputs are. But not another little board in there. Not sure what that does. Yeah, this must be audio transformers down here, so the output must be down here somewhere. There's going to be a driver. Could be in underneath. But we'll find that out when I take it apart. So let's get some power on it, shall we, and see if we can get the thing to work. Let's get back up onto the main camera. Over to one side. So I'm now on 6 volts. I was on 12. Now we're on 6. Let's get the current limit just clicking in, just in case. Okay. Let's pop him around to the front then. Just wondering if someone has over voltaged it, whether they've I was going to swear then. Whether they've messed up one of the transistors. It's very quiet. I can't see why we can't tune it. think the tuning is... I can get my finger on the tuning wheel. So this must be... Alright, that went quieter then. I think the tuning cord's just slipping, dial cord. Okay. So that one's got radio, and then it's got like a variable level for the direction finder. So it needs to be in radio position, I suppose. Well, VHF is deathly quiet. It could... Oh, hang on. No, it came to life then. Can't quite... I need to stick an aerial in there. There's like quite a long plug down in there. What have I got I can stick in there for a minute? A bit of wire. Got a bit of wire. All I'm doing is just trying to stick some sort of aerial on the end there. Just strip that back. Let's catch up with chat while I'm doing that. How are we doing? How are we doing? Hey. Yeah, Bill, it's a Novatech. It's struggling a little bit on struggling a little bit. An RCA jack, like a normal phono connector, you're saying, yeah? Let's see if I can just... No. I'm just trying to botch up a bit of wire to stick in there that I can clip onto. So I'd fold that upwards, push that in there. Will that go in? If it goes in, it may never come out again. That's the only trouble. Right, let's see if I can clip that onto my scanner aerial. He says it all crashes to the floor. If I can find the end of it. There we go. Typical. Oh, there we are. That sounds a bit more promising. It's picking up a lot of interference as per usual. Where's airband when you want it, eh? I think we've got a loose connection in here somewhere as well. So over there we got some, I'll just say, a dodgy transistor. Okay, what I'll do a minute then is I'll fire up the signal generator a minute. Oh, you've got the plug-in antenna, have you? If you've got a spare plug-in antenna, Bill, that would be very nice. I did show that RCA just now as well, Bill, so you'll have to rewind for that. Right, so let's stick the SIGGEN on a minute. Let's see if I can find a telescopic antenna under here somewhere. Where's my telescopic antennas gone? Let's just see if it is picking anything up on airband. That's all I'm after, really. So I'm just going to stick a telescopic on my SIGGEN and stick out, say, 130 megs with a fairly high RF level and see if it'll pick it up. So I'm needing another beer as well very shortly. Another beer required. You're going to like this next one. Never tried it before. Apparently it's not brilliant, but gotta love the bottle. How about that? A pint of old farts, look. I thought you might like that. Old farts. Hopefully it's not like bottled old farts, because that wouldn't taste nice at all, would it? That looks like Andy there, doesn't it? Vintage electronics repair. Anyway, just a bit of fun, isn't it? Oh, let's get that one going. So let's get my RF generator and let's go frequency 130 megahertz. Let's go minus 10 dBm. I don't like that. I must service this SIGGEN. Right. Let's get my beer sorted a minute. Let's get the old farts poured. It's all gone quiet out there. Is this in anticipation? It certainly is receiving broadcast. I think it's medium wave, isn't it? .540 to 1600. Yes, that's medium wave, isn't it? Because long waves down around the 100. So it says it'll receive 110 to 135 meg. So this should be up the top end of the scale. So let's really pump it up. Let's set the modulation to AM. Oh. Modulation level. Let's go to 90% AM. Right, that should pick that up. Let's get my finger in underneath the tuning wheel. We've definitely got a loose connection in here somewhere. No, it's not doing anything at all, is it? It's sort of trying, but something. Yeah, it's there somewhere. Just heard it kick in then. Let's try 120 megs. It should be down the other. What are we? 110 to 135. Yeah, let's try 120 megs then. I think it might be overloading it actually. Let's turn it down a little bit. Right, 120 megs, see if it'll pick that up. It's gone quiet again now. No, oh hello. There's definitely a loose connection in there somewhere. I should be picking up that signal generator though, and it's nowhere to be seen. So sadly, it's doesn't appear to be working on airband. Dial light as well. So there's something there. It could just be a switch dodgy. You just don't know, do you? It could be anything. Of course, it's the Monaco Grand Prix today, isn't it? Cheers for that, Bill. So it's work. I mean, marine band, there's going to be nothing on there whatsoever, really. I don't think there's going to be a lot on marine band. You might get some amateurs, but you won't be able to hear them anyway because they'll be on sideband. So yeah, let's just turn the power off to it a minute. We've got some loose connections, like Bill says. All these switches are going to need cleaning to high heaven. That might bring it back to life. There's this little tiny module down here, which I don't know whether that's got anything to do with the airband. It's got looks like it's got a separate transistor on it. It might switch that in. But yeah, we've definitely got dodgy connections on that, so that's going to need to be stripped right out and cleaned. But I do like that, so I might keep my eye out for one of those. And it's going to need that little battery holder, 4AA battery holder. So let's do what Benji advised last week, and it's good advice. Let's just do a little label for it then, and we'll say so it's a Nova Tech, and it's Tony. Airband's not working. No, it's not Tony. It's not Tony. Don't give it to Tony. It's Darren. Airband not up. So loose connection. It could be possibly switch. Let's tie that on somewhere. Yeah, if you have got one of those aerials, Bill, I might better swap that for a chicken head knob for your Hacker Herald, isn't it? The knob's currently with a mate of mine who's what is he? He's not a graphic designer, but he basically designs stuff for boats. So he's a CAD designer, I suppose, and he was going to do me a drawing of that so as I could print it out for you. But he's pretty busy. It took him a fair while to do the last one for me, but he will do it, I'm sure. He's a good lad. Right. So Darren's in no hurry to get these done whatsoever, which is always good news for me because I always seem to be busy. So let's just tie that through that little hole there. It won't quite go through there. Right, that's the Novatech then. I really like that. I mean, it's got like a little tuning DF level scale on there as well. Reminds me of the old days of we've got like a blanking plug there for some. It reminds me of the days of CB radio doing the old what do you call it? Basically, one of us used to go away and hide in the car, just broadcast every so often. They used to have to try and find us. Fox hunting, we used to call it. Fox hunt. Right, so that's the first one. Working. It is sort of working, but I think it just needs a really good service and get those old grey caps done. This one's looking a little bit poorly. I'm not sure how this back actually attached on originally, but it's long gone. Yeah, so looking a little bit worse for wear, this one. And this is the don't forget the date. Oh right, yes, sorry Benji, I must put the date on it. Yeah, you're right, I must put the date on. So this this little one is the Garrett's Informant. Informant, is that how you spell it? Informant, yeah, 2. And it does say on the Radio Museum what these are actually based on, if I can find it. It looks like I've gone past it, have I? Strange, I can't seem to get that off the screen. Bit bizarre. Anyway, let's pop the screen back up on here for you. Let's get rid of the banner. So it looks like these are based on the portable 92171 Piccolo. So we click on that. Yeah, it is, isn't it? And that one's got like a chrome trim around the top, which seems to have gone on this one. And this one's obviously got the little direction finder window. Let's see if I can get back to the other one. Yeah, this one's got that little signal meter and an extra tuning knob. Whether that's a fine tune or not, I don't know what that does actually. Oh well. So say this is 1968 Switzerland. It does 100 to 136 megs AM airband. So 6 1.5 volt batteries. I don't know if Radio Museum are happy for me to promote their site. I'm sure they are. Anyway, let's get back onto it then. It's a little bit of a baby one, this one, so we can zoom in a little bit. To be honest, the old farts ain't bad. The old farts are not bad. So, okay, so it's apparently, it looks like we've got a, is this the battery thing here? Oh, right, yeah. Didn't really want to power it up with batteries. I wanted to stick it on my bench supply, ideally. We have got the aerial with this one as well. It's a little bit tight, so I'm going to leave that one for now. Put a bit of WD in that. I wonder if I can do these, will it come out of the chassis? I'm just undoing the handle supports on the side. It looks like the whole thing comes out. Oh wow, there we are. That's a bit better. Let's chuck you onto the overhead cam. Actually saying that I can do, I think I can do picture in picture. Yes I can. Clever, innit, eh? Clever. Yeah. So that's just me messing. Let's get rid of that off screen so you can see what's going on. So it looks like our battery connections are down there. So it's 9 volt. So we've got some old electrolytics again, but no AF. Is this going to be an AF 117 free day? It could well be. It could well be an AF 117 free day. So let's stick my power supply back on. Let's go to 9 volts then. Get the current limit down. Off at the moment. So assuming that that is the negative, the blue one. And the red one's a positive. Can I get in here with these? No, I'm going to have to go a little bit smaller with those. Let's check the chat as well. I'm neglecting the chat here. I'm too engrossed in what's going on here. Hefty looking speaker for small set. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Hi Theo, I didn't see you pop in there. Afternoon to you. I'm just going to hook on this. Okay, zoom out a little bit. Let's pop it on. Nothing. It's not drawing any current whatsoever. That's that battery connection. Ah! So let me just get on to, let's turn that down a little bit. I'm just going to go onto the pictures and see if I can see a better picture of this front plate to see what button does what here. Come on. Okay. So VHF. VHF is there, so that's airband there. Oh wow. Let's see if we can hook the airband aerial up to it. Airband aerial. It's gone worryingly quiet now, mind you. Let's stick the camera in there. So I'm just popping the It just sounded like it fizzled out to nothing then, didn't it? It's gone quiet all of a sudden. Come on, what's the matter? It's working a second ago. Still drawing a little bit of current, but I think we got a dodgy switch there. And the switch bank is sandwiched in between these two circuit boards. That is a bit tricky to get to, isn't it? Can possibly get to it if I take this top panel off. So let's do that a minute. We got time, haven't we? We got time. We still got time. Yeah, still got 2 hours yet. Still got 2 hours, yeah. What are you worrying about, Graham? Right, so I'm just going to take off the knobs, which have got little tiny grub screws on them, much nicer than D shafts. Oh, no, we've lost a little grub screw out of there. Let's pop that back in. These are all a little bit rusty, so they're going to have to go in a bit of a bath of WD, I think. What I ought to do is swap over so the main, I wonder if I can do that. Let's get the main camera on there, And let's see if we can bring the little camera in as the picture-in-picture. Ah, clever stuff, innit? Let's make that a little bit smaller. Let's just make that a little bit smaller and drag it back up into the corner there. There we go. You should be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better then. It is going to be a little bit shorter today, Theo. I've got a barbecue to go to later. It actually starts at 4, but I'm not going to get there at the start. Gonna have a little bit more fun messing about with radios here first. So I'm just going to undo the top plate so I can get at those switches. Hopefully I can get at those switches, I don't know, because I've never taken one of these apart before. So don't be shy in leaving any feedback on how I can improve this as well with the bits and pieces I've got, the stream content that is. Okay, this is looking a little bit fragile here. Looks like that pushes out there. There we go. So that's our dial. I mean, if I've got a light I can stick behind it. If I stick a light behind it, yeah, I'm not convinced. Still really dull. Just looking at a camera light. Still, yeah, I think that's just deteriorated with age, you know. So we've got a bit of a crack in the top panel as well, so we've got to be really careful with that. Anyway, I was just, you know, deviating there once again. So there's my switch bank. Can I get in there now? Not really. I should be able to dribble a little bit down through there. Say dribble, it's just going to come out as a massive great stream of it, isn't it? Let's get a bit of blue roll at the ready. Let's get the old deoxit out. Not a lot left in this one. You must remind me, Paul, to get that little box out in a minute as well. See, that says FM and that says VHF, so I wonder whether both of those have got to be pushed down at the same time. So that's FM and that's VHF, so I'd assume that that's airband. I don't know, I'll have to play with that. Say it's a very, very rare set. Also, we've got this little wire here. I don't know if you can see that from the overhead cam, but there's like a blue wire just here that appears to be in mid-air doing nothing. So not really sure what the hell that's all about. Yeah, literally is connected to nothing. There's nothing to connect it to on the back of the dial plate. Oh well. Okay, let's see if that's made any difference. I need to put the top panel back on for a minute. Everything's okay. I don't know what this little knob here does. It must be a fine tune or something. Right, let's try it again. Hi Tony, how are you? Hi Rui, is that how you pronounce it? Rui, R-U-I? Rui Miguel? Right, so I'm going to connect it back up again. That sounds a bit more promising, doesn't it? So let's hook up, I'm not sure whether this isn't the aerial down here, you know, but... yeah. We've got more dodgy connections by the sound of it. It sprang to life then. Oh. So this is medium wave. No, it's not. It's long wave. It's really quiet down this end of the band for some reason. You can't really see what I'm doing there, can you? Seems that this aerial's connected as well while it's in long wave. Let's connect that other aerial onto it in long wave and see what it does. Well, it don't appear to have any reception, and when I flicked it to medium wave, it went a bit haywire just now, but I think it's... The ferrite rod antenna is really loose in here. But I have got a station there, just about. Try VHF again then. VHF is silent. Well, this should be, that's actually what they call FM, so I'd assume that's FM broadcast. Well, this little thing here seems to have some sort of bearing on FM reception for some reason.
That was David Maroney playing a prelude by Orlando Gibbons. John Clare. Now Seabird are both originally from Nigeria.
Yeah, we've got some dodgy connections here somewhere.
Debate. Ken didn't hold back.
No, I wouldn't hold.
Yeah, we've got some loose connections on this one somewhere.
Throws at you. Hasana starts. My oldest child.
Well, what we need is
my
airband is what we need. So it looks like we're breaking into the broadcast band this side of the thing, so we better stick back up here, I suppose. That must be some sort of gain control on there. I think Bill's right. Come on, where's the airband when you want it? Let's try sticking a signal into it. Hi there, Chris, how are you? Is the random blue wire on Earth? I'm not sure, Paul. It's yeah, I definitely think this little tiny baby pot needs a squirt or something. It's only one of them. It's pretty much all or nothing though. It's like an RF gain, I think. You're right there, Bill. This one I really don't know. I didn't know whether it's a pick up the antenna or not. No. Let's try a signal into it again then. See if we can pick it to get up anything. Split screen, yes. Clever stuff, innit, Chris? How's that? I do need to alter the settings on this main camera though that I'm on now, because for some reason it does look a bit darker, but I don't know, it's a bit better now. Right, so I'm going to stick a signal into it with the frequency RF generator. Let's go with 1, 2, 5 megahertz, minus 20 dBm. Set the modulation. Let's go for 90% AM. Stick it across and see if it can pick up the signal generator anywhere. Oh, hang on. I think I heard an airband station then. There you go. It is working. There's definitely a loose connection somewhere around this tuning dial here somewhere. It's not going to do nothing now. I've found a station. It's not going to transmit again for another half an hour or so. That's the aircraft ACARS noise coming through. does actually prove it's that's my signal generator. There's definitely some dry joints, so it is receiving the airband. That might be squelch, Bill. It is squelch. Idiot, Graham. Let's flick you onto my iPadlet. Duh. Squelch. Squelch. Yeah, so that's squelch. Let's see if we could get an airband station, we could see if it would work. Sounds like we got one there. There's something interfering here, but I suspect it's it could be any of these switch mode power supplies down here. Let's get you back onto the main picture. Just for that, Chris, yeah, it's 1080p now, it's full HD. I can do 4K on it, but there's no way, there is no way I've got the bandwidth to run a 4K stream, unfortunately. I'm just waiting for another airband station to come in, see if I can squelch it out. Could be waiting a while. Come on, Mr. Airband Man. I may see if I can tweak this a little bit, because we've got too much of the broadcast band in here and not enough airband, so we must be kicking in below 108. Most of the airband activity is up around 130, so it might be topping out before that. Did it say what frequency it does? Ah, right, okay, yeah, no, it's right. So basically in in Radio Museum, it tells us there that it broadcasts 100 to 136, so it does take in a a lot of the VHF, well, the normal FM band as well, look. So we should be able to get 136 at the far end. So let's try that on the SIG gen in a second. Let's put Benji's banner back in. So I'm sort of a little bit away from it with the camera now, aren't I? That's better. So I'm just going to stick a SIG gen on what it's supposed to be, 136. Let's see if we've got that in here. Frequency 136. I'll leave it on FM now. It'll break through on FM, I expect. Level -20 dBm. Let's see if we can pick that up. It's just there, isn't it? You can just hear it peeping through. So it's 135, so it's not quite getting to 136, but typical, there's a airband signal coming through at the same time then. Anyway, that's enough messing about with that one. Let's turn that one off. Benji's told me I've got to put me date on me tags, so let's what's the date today? I can't remember now. 26th of May. 26th, 5th. 19. So let's get this one back in the case a minute. Then we can move on to the little park area, then we can open Pandora's box, or Codiz's box. Actually, better put this one back together, haven't I? Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this dial plate. It might just be the top coat needs to come off with a bit of emery paper or something, a bit of wet and dry maybe, to try and get the graphics to come through a bit better. It could be heavily nicotine stained, I suppose, but could try a little isopropyl cotton bud in the corner a minute, see if that makes it any different. Let's catch up with a chat at the same time. Well, this multitasking is doing my head in here. Yeah, this is, I'm using vMix for this, if anyone's interested. Just thought I'd give it a little tiny go with some isopropyl, see if anything comes off. No. I mean, I can see it better because it's wet for some reason, but I don't think anything's coming off. Wishful thinking, I think. That's made no difference at all. Oh well, I thought it might have just pulled it back in a little bit. So let's see if we can get this one back together. Because the other thing is, if you leave a radio in pieces, 9 times out of 10 you'll forget how you actually put it back together. It means me re-watching my live stream footage to find out how it goes back together. It's not to be recommended, really, is it? Alright, so be careful not to tighten those up, because I don't want to make that any worse. I think someone's just over tightened those at some stage and cracked the dial. Right, those knobs. Let's just Novus. Yeah, I will stick some Novus on it. Hopefully that'll sort it. Hopefully. Good old Novus. Where are we now? That's my lovely bit of dirty blue roll. Deoxided right up. Let's get these put back on, and we can put this one to bed then till it's time to do it, which is going to be a little way away yet. Okay, so that just slots in there. It's just held in by the 2 handle screws. It comes apart really easy, actually. That's going to be pretty straightforward to service, apart from that little board that's sandwiched on top of the main board. So I've been slacking with your videos, Chris, actually. I've not caught up with your latest series. Something about jumping, I dread to think. But I will catch up in the week, hopefully. I've got a manic week this week. I've got BT coming to hopefully improve my internet connection this Tuesday. My brother's coming up Tuesday as well. And I've got 2 R707s that have got to get done by the end of this week. So, plus all the photography work that's building up. It's a bit all go at the moment, but you know, it's better to be busy than not, innit? Right. That's the Gowers back together anyway. The Gowers Informant. It's I say, nice little radio. It does work as well, which is good news, isn't it? Better have a quick swig of beer, and then we'll have a look at the little Panasonic that's been converted by Park Air Electronics. Right, let's get a bit of bench space cleared here. Bit of a clear up session again. Get this little one in next. I've got to do myself a label for that one. Benji will tell me off. So what do we know about that one? We know it's Darren's, so it's the Gowers Informant 2. So we've got loose connection. It's going to need the caps doing, I expect. apart from that, just needs a general service, I think, so not a bad little radio, that. Apart from this top panel, I really don't know what to do about that top panel. Oh, and I've got to put the date on it as well, Benji, am I? 26th, 5th, 19. Right. So now this is not the Informant 2, this is a Park Air Electronics, and it's based on a Panasonic RF610. And going a little bit closer because it is it's a little baby one, isn't it? So Park Air Electronics have obviously put their front piece on it. They've kept the little national logo, which is quite nice. I think that's actually stuck on the outside, so they must have put a new bit on the bottom. Well, it looks like we've lost the aerial retaining clip, and we've got a pretty horrible screw there for the aerial. But overall, it's not bad. So, what did I find out about this one? Did I find out anything on this one? Yes, I did. This is the one that won't let me get off of the document thing for some reason. There we go. So let's flip you over onto this screen and we'll have a look at what Radio Museum got to say about this one. Let's catch up with the chat while I'm at it. Yeah, I think that's the same with me, Chris. I live quite away from the exchange. Internal leg measurements. All right, Paul. Oh dear. 5G maybe. Okay, so this is the RF610, so it's saying it's made in Japan, which is obvious, 1966, so it's a little bit younger than me, but not a lot. It uses all Japanese transistors, which is always good news. It looks like we've got a schematic as well for the original. You can see there, if I go into the pictures, we have a look at the front face. So you can see that it was an FM AM set originally, and this one they've obviously rewritten the badge to say AM Aircraft VHF, and they put their own little thing in underneath it. Actually, yeah, they've kept the bottom. How have they done that then? How have they done that? So basically, if you can see that, it's probably a bit small. Let's zoom in a little bit. So yeah, it looks like they've kept this bottom AM. I'm not sure if it actually does receive AM, and they've just changed this top scale somehow. I'm just wondering how they've done that, because it looks all one piece. Because the other one, where are we? I don't know if I can squeeze that one in. Can I picture that one? No, I can't. That's the wrong one. Oh well. I'm sure I can do it somehow, but yeah, if I go back to the other picture now, so it's this top top one that's changed. So that one says FM 87 to 108. And this just says 108 to 136 megacycles. Okay. But we've got a schematic for it. Which is good news. Have we got service info for it as well? This is from the radio and television servicing books. So they must have done some jiggery pokery inside it to actually get it to reproduce the airband side of it. So the FM AM switch has either been snapped off, if you can see that. Let's chuck it on the overhead cam. Yeah, it looks like the AM FM switch has been snapped off inside there. So I wonder if it is supposed to do AM still, and someone's just accidentally snapped that little toggle switch off. It does move, but so it might be that we'll have to see if we can put another toggle switch in there. Oh well. Although I'm sure no one really cared about the AM when they're going to buy one of these radios. So that's undone, so that should just pop apart now with a nice big hunking great screwdriver. What have we got coming off here then? We got the whole back panel coming off. Okay, so we've got some things going on here. We've got a baggie full of bits. That's not a good sign. A snapped off piece by the looks of it. So yeah, it looks like this one's been apart before. It looks like all the screws are out of it. Yeah. Okay, let's switch back to the main camera. It's been apart before. There's obviously the output transistors there. These violet looking, sound like vial, doesn't it? These vial looking caps, let's just get you back onto the overhead cam. Don't know if I can put the, I'm going to block it off if I put the other cam in the corner. These caps here are normally pretty bad. Can't remember the make of them now, they've got some weird name on them, haven't they? Can't read it. No, they're unbranded by the looks of it. But I mean, it is a national radio, and they, to be fair, they're normally pretty good build quality. So let's drop it in and hook it up to some power, see what happens. That switch is definitely broken off. It's got quite a lot of contacts on it as well, by the looks of it. There we are. Yeah, it's got quite a lot of contacts on it. So I need to make sure that's in the right position. It looks like it goes beyond Got something plastic broken off there though, I don't know where that goes to. Oh well, never mind. So let's have a quick look back at the, so it's a 6 volt, 4 1.5 volt batteries again. So let's get some power on it. Let's turn the voltage down to 6. You do find a lot of these Japanese radios are 6 volts. Okay, so it looks like that one's the positive. It's drawing quite a bit of current. It's drawing 70 milliamps. And that sounds absolutely, I mean, I'm getting a little tiny bit of hiss, but no sort of RF noise really. Let's leave it out there and stick a antenna on it. Which is making absolutely no difference. No, I would say we've got capacitor issues on that one. Almost certainly. Hopefully they haven't taken out a transistor. Just quickly check with the old signal tracer a minute, just make sure it's not a headphone socket or anything silly like that. Let's find a negative. Shield's going to be negative. No, there's no RF on that anywhere. I think the IF, yeah, it looks like the IF's 10.7 megs, so I could try the IF on it. So the AM IF is 470. Let's try that again. There's nothing on the output transistors. We could try sticking a tone in the volume pot if I could get at it. which is difficult. Yeah. Nothing much is happening with this one. Let's catch up with the chat in a minute. So, yeah, I'm drinking old farts, Chris, actually. Believe it or not. Old farts. It's not bad, actually. It's not, it ain't up to some of the ales that I usually have, but I just thought it's funny, so I get it. Sea Fury's very nice, Andrew. Theo's got a pot of tea. Okay, this is pretty much dead as a dodo, isn't it? We'll see if I can just get in on the volume pot a minute. That's just me touching it. Clip keeps dropping off where I've got the negative. I'll try and get in on the volume pot if I can. So if I stick a screwdriver on the wiper, I should get a nice big noise coming out of the speaker. It's drawing 70. No. So the amplifier's had it on this one. So I suspect it's these horrible violet coloured caps, I expect. Another one down here. Yeah, nasty, nasty. That one's got a little bit of crusting on it down here. It's a little bit crusty, so it could be that one. But he's drawing too much current anyway, which is normally a good sign that the caps have had it. It's unlikely to be those transistors, but the oscillator transistors in them are a little bit finicky. And just looking at these pieces, let's check you back on the overhead cam a minute. It looks like speaker connections broke off down in that corner. Where are we? If you can just about there, you can't really see that. Yeah, it's in there just underneath those wires. So that's where that bit of plastic's broken off, just down there. So that's the speaker bracket, which is this little bit of knackered up plastic here. So that's the bracket. That explains that one. Obviously all the other screws are what's holding the radio together that's been pulled out to see what's wrong with it. But that will be capacitors, hopefully. And that one will be back up and running. Shame, because I say, these Panasonics are nice little radios. I've repaired a few Panasonics before for Tony. And they're always pretty good quality. I'll just pop that back together. Hopefully it's not making you dizzy, me flicking the cameras in and out. Yeah. that one has seen better days, so got a bit of work to do on that one. But let's say it's not a bad little radio. I'll better put that back in. Better get me swing label on it. Better get me a little label on it. Good practice though, Benji. Gotta be said. Stick Benji's banner back on and at the same time then. Actually, I'll put my Patreon on there. Look, there you go. So let's this is down again, so it's a Park Air Concorde with the E. Down, and it's no output basically. 0.7 current. So I suspect caps, and it's the 26th of 5th. Here we go. Another one for the pile of repairs. Gotta stop taking in repairs fairly soon. It's difficult to say no though, isn't it, really? There we are. So that's my little airband session. Two of them, well, one working, one sort of working, and one totally dead. So it's not that brilliant, really, was it? But next up, we've got an unboxing to do. Yeah, I don't know what. I could keep remembering which way round I'm going with this. At least we haven't lost audio this stream. I've sussed out how to get the audio going across all the different cameras. So, well, not cameras, but all the different inputs. Hey, trimming the handle should be in the box for the garage. Yes, I have got that. Oh, hi, Darren. Just seen you pop in there, mate. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat then. I was putting that back together. So I've gone through all the radios, Darren. That national one's pretty dead. So hopefully a recap will bring that one back together. The little Gowers, I think that one's a doer. Sky King is going to be a bit of work. I'm not really sure what's wrong with that one. I can't remember. I'll put a label on it now. That. Thanks to Benji, I've got my labels. Yeah, that's basically doesn't work on the airband, and we've got a loose connection there somewhere. Possibly something to do with the switches, but that just needs a general service. We might be able to sort you out a aerial for the Novatech. Bill says he's got a spare aerial for one of those knocking about, so you might be in luck there, Darren. Hi Doug, how are you? You think there's an R707 in this little box? It's not that big a box. Look, there's my hand. There's no room for an R707 in there unless he's got the saw on it and cut it all up. Catch you in a minute, Chris. Another coat of clear. Whoa. Yes. Yeah, it's something I've been planning to do from the very first live stream I did, Darren. Really was trying to get it a bit more professional. Now you'll notice from this on the box it says open on Sunday Live. Look, it's a specific request to open it on Sunday Live. So this is from Paul. Whoop, wrong way. So let's get it open. It's probably something that's going to jump out of here, Paul, isn't it? Wait for it. Stand back. No, nothing's jumped out yet. There's not a rat in here or anything like that, is there? No, I think it's safe. I think it's safe so far. Yeah, module. Paul sent me all his modules to fix. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Oh. We've got some bubble wrap. Can we have a look with this camera? Let's try zooming out on that one. Bottles of beer. Now we're talking. Oh my God, there's loads of stuff in here. Paul, you've gone mad. I can't zoom out any further. Let's stick you in on the overhead cam. There's a bit of everything in there. Ah, Paul, thank you very much, mate. What have we got then? We've got some 100 microfarad 16 volt caps. Very useful. Le Cap. Le Cap. I take it they're French, Paul, are they? Le Cap? Le Cap. Some Kapton tape, which is absolutely brilliant, Paul, because I keep meaning to get some of that, and I haven't got any yet. Just pure laziness. An old earpiece, Altai. I remember Altai from the days of CB radio. That was one of the big names in CB, look. Ah, look at that. A B126 battery. Prime for trying to model something. Yeah, 90 volt B126. I've got another 90 volt battery here knocking about somewhere on my ever ready one that I keep meaning to reproduce. But I should be able to pull the label off of that very, very gently and scan it. Then reproduce a box maybe for it. Yeah. Ron Jeremy box set. Some mono jack plugs. Very useful. Good ones as well, Paul, by the looks of it. Nice metal ones. Good stuff. What's this? An oh, one of them spudger. Oh. There's me going to get one of those, look. Thank you very much, Paul. It's like my birthday here, isn't it? Christmas even. I can't get me spudger out. You don't want to come out. Chock, the opening tool, that's it's nice and flexible as well, look. That'll come in very useful. Thank you, Paul. Been after one of those for a while. I keep forgetting to get one. Some PP9 snaps. This isn't junk, Paul. This isn't junk. This is good stuff. What have we got here then? We've got some Philips caps by the looks of it. What are they? 1500 microfarads at 40 volts. Brilliant stuff. Axials as well. 47 micro 0.47. That's 47. No, 470 NF, I think, isn't it? I get this confused. 400 volts RS cap. The wrong way round for the camera. Some little PP3 snaps. A bit of that masking tape. I think that's 2mm pull, isn't it? Let's have a quick look while we're at it. It's a bit of an up-close unboxing, actually, isn't it? Let's just pop the brightness up a little bit on that. A bit dark. So let's find out what these are. If you can see that or not. I was saying 1.6. If you can see that or not. 1.6 mil. That's brilliant. I've got some 2mm, I think, and some chassis plugs or panel plugs. Mono. Oh no. Yes, mono plugs. Ooh. A brand new battery. AD35. Still got the original connectors in there. It's a little bit swollen, so I don't expect there's a lot of voltage in it. Let's just poke my meter in there. See if there is 1.5 volts still in it. That'll be that's 0.4 of a volt on it. You know, it's wishful thinking. Still in the wrapper though. I can see I'm going to have to do a bit of 3D printing for Paul here, aren't I? Well, we've got some aerials. That looks like one of the old original Maplin. Oh no, that's the aerials back from the couple I let him have on loan, wasn't it? That's right. It's a couple made 10 sections. Oh, a little, is that 12 volt? Yes. MN 21/23 12 volt. That's for the peak meters. And some resistors. 2R64 BG27. That's a lot of resistors, Paul. BG27. Let's have a look what they are. I'm sure those of you that are mentally into their colour codes are going to know this. I don't know if it will focus on it. No, it's trying to focus on it. It's basically, let's see, red, white and green, or orange, white and green. Red, white and green by the looks of it. You resistor fans will know that straight away. I'm going to stick it on my meter. That's doing some strange, that's some strange readings on that. I take it is resistor, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. Let's get my fingers off of it. Looks like around 4 mega ohms. Where's my little graphy thing? Here we go. So we've got, I think, red, white and green. So red, white and green. Red, white and green. 2900K, which is 2.9 meg, isn't it? 2,900K. Could be orange actually though. That could be orange. Where's my eyes? Where's my zoomy eyes? 3.9 meg. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's orange, Rob. Yeah, it is orange, white, green with a gold band. So orange, white and green, 3.9 meg. They're quite handy actually to download these. You can download these and just print them off. I've just printed them off onto some like thin card. Put a clip through them. It's quick Radiocruncher. It's a 3.9 meg. Just double check that again. Yeah, it's reading 4 meg ohms, so it's nearer there, isn't it? Thanks for that, Paul. It's a mother load of resistors. Well, so we've got a can of Unicarriers electrical cleaner. God, it is my birthday. It is like my birthday, Paul. Get these things off my head a minute. I've lost a little nut for them. Solvent cleaner to remove contamination such as grease, tar, dirt, oil. That's useful stuff actually, Paul. I've got like a Maplin's version of that that's virtually gone. Solvent cleaner, so that basically you'll get rid of any grease on circuit boards, that sort of thing. Paul, you shouldn't have, mate. Got to thank Paul for that. Paul, thanks a lot, mate. You shouldn't have given me all that, really. But I have got some bits that I'm going to be sending your way at some stage. Just get that light up out of the way. It's getting a bit warm in here. I've got the windows open, but it's still flipping warm. Let's get back on the chat again then. That's cheating. Oh wow. Yeah, it is orange. You were right, Rob. Works good in volume pots, does it? Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much for that. Very much appreciated, mate. Much appreciated. So that's Benji's box back on. Benji's banner. So what else? I've really got a lot else to look at, to be fair. I think we've covered most of what I was going to look at. I'm trying to think what else I've got here. Oh, I've got two R600s that Paul has let me have again. There's so much stuff on here now, Paul. My bench is full again. Let's put that back up out the way. Where it normally lives, but it actually won't go now today. Stay. Let's get back on the chat. I am spoilt, Theo. It's Get this muck off my hands. I say I have got a PP1 battery box drawn up in my software. I've just got to tweak it a little bit, and I've got to try and work out what batteries to put in it. I'm trying to think what I did with the PP1 battery. It was on my desk for ages, but PP1 will fit in the RT1, which was Robert's first transistor radio. I don't know what I've done with the PP1 now. Nope. Oh well, it'll come to. Oh, there it is. What am I on about? Switch it back over to the other camera. So this is what a PP1 looks like. Let's get rid of the banner again. I've got to get used to you can do keyboard shortcuts for all these bits and pieces, but I haven't quite got that proficient yet. So this is a PP1, and it does fit in the RT1. Let me go and get an RT1 again a minute, and I'll show you, because they've got a little tiny bit of wood that toggles, so you can switch between a PP1 and is it a PP8, Paul? Just going into the other room to see if I can get my hands on an RT1 a minute. Which, where's my RT1s gone? I think they could be buried deep. I'm assuming you can still hear me. I'm in the other room now, which is sort of my stock room. Ah, there it is. Let's grab my RT1. It's not very nice weather out there today either. Mrs. Cruncher's off at the pub. I will be joining her fairly soon. Right. So let's pop you on the overhead cam in the corner, shall we? I wonder if that'll work. Yeah, there we go. I zoomed a little bit too far out now. That's a bit too far in now, isn't it? I'll get the hang of this camera angles and zooming in and zooming out and all that business. That's a little bit, that's better. Okay. Oh, it looks like I've gone mental with the size of that now. Let's get rid of that for a second. Out of the way. Zoom back out. There's my RT1. This is quite a nice example actually. It's got the original Roberts RT1 scroll badge, and it's different because it hasn't got the underline on it like the newer ones had. Grill's perfect on it, all the knobs. I restored this one quite some time ago, but the handle's not perfect, but it is intact still. Let's just sort my overlay out. Well, that's strange because overlay number 2 should be a lot smaller than that, but it's coming across quite big in the screen. Yeah. Oh well, we'll forget the overlay. But what I was trying to do was just show you in the back of this. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way so you can have a look. But in the back of an RT1, you've got quite a large battery compartment. So your normal battery would sit in there, the PP8 I think it is. But you've got this little toggle piece here that comes down, and that enables you to stick this one in somehow. Does it? Hang on. Maybe it doesn't. No, yes it does. Will that shut with that in it though? Yes, it will. There. So if I just pop that down on its front, can I show you in the overhead cam? Might be a bit easier. I think what I've done on this is I've zoomed the actual camera in on the settings. That might be what the problem is. Yes. Okay, yeah, I zoomed it in on the settings for some reason. Let's see what that looks like picture in picture now. That's better. Okay. So yeah, you can see the little toggle piece there that's holding it in. That just stops it rattling around. And the other battery I think is a PP8, Paul, isn't it? Let's just go back to the chat. Yeah, so that is a genuine PP1, but I have drawn it, and it was my idea to try and get the battery out of the case. But there is scans out there of a PP1. So at some stage I will have PP1s available. Oh, there you are. It sits in there quite neatly actually. If I pop the picture off and stick the other camera in. So it just sits underneath this lip here, and this little toggle just comes down to lock it in place. So you could use it with a PP1 or PP8, I think, Paul, isn't it? I'm sure Paul will correct me on that. But, it does up quite nicely. So yeah, as I say, the RT1 uses a 6-volt battery, not a 9-volt. So you see a lot of people stick a PP9 in this because it uses the same terminals, but you're liable to take the thermistor out on the output stage if you stick a PP9 in it. Because a PP9 is basically exactly the same pinout, pretty much identical spacing. Yeah, it is. So you can see why it's so easy to stick a PP9 in there, which is 9-volt instead of this one, which is a 6-volt. So yeah, that's a little bit of Robert's radio history for you. So I say I have drawn a PP1 in my software. It's just a case of prototyping it, seeing how it goes, and tweaking, and it takes quite a while to get it back in to production, so to speak. So what else did we have? I got the two R600s that Paul was letting me have. I think he has had a look at them. So I've got a blue one, and I might be able to, it's a difficult one because someone sent me in a blue R600 a while ago for repair, and he'd actually mullered the module. You can't see it now. He'd mullered the module on it. Oh, that's the overhead cam, I don't want that one. I want that one as camera 2. There. Yeah, so the guy had actually got into the RF module and graunched the hell out of it. Plus the handle had it as well. This one looks pretty good. The aerial looks good. Let's get that over. It's got a bit of a ding in the case, so that front grille needs coming off. It needs repainting, but this one's restorable really, as far as I can see. So do I restore it or do I use it for bits and get the other chap's radio going? I'll probably use it for bits and get the other chap's radio going. So it's got the swivel base on it. I think Paul said, smells a bit musty. Smells a bit funky. It looks like my batteries are about to go on my my radio mic, so just bear with me while I go and grab a power pack in a minute. So it's flashing at me that my batteries are nearly gone. So I'm going to try plugging in one of these little, whatchamacallits. These little power banks. So one good thing about these Rode mics is they will accept an external power supply as well as AAA batteries. So if I plug this in to my radio mic, we should all of a sudden have power. Yep, full power. Look at that. Good stuff. I can get the thing back on my belt now. So yeah, Mrs. Cruncher has disappeared up the pub now for the bank holiday barbecue. I'll stick that in my pocket a minute, otherwise it'll crash to the ground. Yeah, that's full power now. Right, where were we? Where were we? We were looking at this R600, weren't we? It's definitely better than an R200 mic. Well worth looking out for an RT1. I think everybody's collection's going to have a RT1. What are we saying there? Funk. Can listen to a station on the moon with that thing. Yeah, you're probably right. Those Italians love to call CQ, don't they? What have you got there then? You got 4 of them, Chris, have you? What is that? That's I'm just clicking on that link now. It's a trio. I've got one of those. That's a good price actually, £75. I've got one of those, Chris, that I bought in for restoration, but I haven't ever turned it on, which is a bit of a shame. I think it is a shame to split it, Bretsky. What do I do? I suppose I could restore this one and let the chap have this one, couldn't I? Let me see if I can find the other blue one that I had, because it's not going to be very far, because it didn't come in that long ago. Just having a look on my little shelving rack, which, oh no, I may have boxed that one up and sent it into the abyss, which I know has storage containers. No, that's it, R700. Nope. It's been boxed up, that one. Is it, or is it that one over there? Oh, hang on. No, it might be over there. Just doing some furniture removals a minute. Or is it that one down there? No, that's a black one. Is that a black one or a blue one? Ah, yeah, here we go. This is the one. I think we looked at this one on my live stream. Must have been about 6 weeks ago now. So basically, it was beyond economical repair because of the fact the module had been got at. So yeah, there we go, look. So that one's got a pretty good grill on it. The handle has had it. You can see the handle's kaput, so it needs another handle. Aerial was okay on it, but someone had got at the module, so there's the little chrome piece is missing from the back, and there was no swivel on the base. So it needed a lot of bits putting into it, and it needed the RF module, which sits in underneath this one. I have got it. It's actually out of the case. It's not screwed in, so I can show you. So basically, this module here, the RF module, had been twiddled to hell, and all the ferrites and that were broken inside it. So it couldn't be repaired as such. It needed another module putting in it. So I was looking out for a scrap radio, but really, by the time you start taking modules like that out, as well as doing the other module in it, because don't forget, it would need the main module doing. It just made it uneconomical for the chap to repair it. You'd have been looking at near on 3 figures for something that you can pick up for like 40 quid on eBay. So it's not really wasn't worth the effort. I'm sure I did put that out on a video. So anyway, getting back to the one that Paul's let me have. Certainly out of the 2, I can make an exceptional one. So I might have to contact the chap back again. You know, we got some bits of trim that got water ingress and corroded. That's pretty common on these. Anyone that knows these are they're plastic, clear plastic coated aluminium, and damp gets in underneath the plastic and corrodes the aluminium underneath. So there's not a lot you can do really. I suppose if you had some aluminium section that was the same contour, you could polish it up and put that back in and not bother with the plastic coating. I suppose you could clear coat it, so that's possible to do. I mean, I don't know if have you tried ever taking the plastic off of these? I don't know if Paul's ever tried that. So what are we talking about on chat here now? What's going on here now on chat? You totally lose me sometimes. Everyone's got one, Chris, yeah. You haven't got one, Benji. Or Theo. Well, Andrew hasn't got one. Had a swing tick on it, you know where it was. All right, okay. With you there, Paul. So for some reason, this volume knob seems pushed down a little bit too far. Sometimes you have got to put a little tiny bit of packing in underneath to stop them rubbing against the dial. It says £10. That would still be a bargain at £10, Paul. But yeah, knobs aren't bad. A bit of corrosion on them, but that can be got off with an electric drill and a bit of steel wool. It's got the power socket in it, so it's centre pin positive on those, isn't it? Let's just turn that back on again. Let's put debuzzer on. Centre pin is positive. So let's stick the power supply in it. It's got the battery clip. Which is good. Very often they're corroded or falling apart. Speaker looks good. It's not really got any, well, there's a little tiny bit of rust on the corner, but nothing worth worrying about. Aerial's good. I don't know why Robert's used this horrible white speaker cable. I don't suppose it matters, but a lot of their sets had the nice red and black stuff, but some of these R600s have got them white ones for some reason. How are we doing? 10 past, is that? 10 past 4. You've got 20 minutes yet. So this is a 9-volt set. Oh, my light's way down. There we go. Let's pop the aerial up. Let's move my camera out of the way. Oh, hello. That just went very high. Well, that radio's just died, Paul, believe it or not. Yep. That has just died a death. That is drawing, I mean, I've got it on current limit now, but that's, when I pulled the aerial up, all of a sudden it drew 800 milliamps, so it drew just under an amp. So something has shorted out there. Ah, it might have been that. Flipping heck. Right, let's try that again. Right. Try again. It's basically the battery clip had shorted onto the speaker. I cut my current limit in.
Have to be representative of something more than just the craft of being a writer. Mia.
Tone switch
I
isn't
could say very quickly that
struggling to latch.
Just representing myself in a very badly way always, but you know what I like in Mozambique is
It's
that
quite common with
when
that.
a writer is walking the street, people stop them, and they say something that is
The volume seems a bit low.
compliment or is saying something good. They ask us, "Can you tell this for them?" Okay, well, I don't know exactly who's them, but messages. We did a message to them, you know, that modern world, or the writing world, and that I can.
Yeah, volume is very low. That could be
Something
that could be me shorting it out, to be fair. It's working on long wave. It's loud enough, Paul, as you can hear, but
Love it. That was last week's #1 from Ed Sheeran and Justin.
She Would Be King by Pushkin. You're listening to Open Book with me, Mariella Frostrup.
it's loud.
Introducing us to books like those.
Doesn't seem to be anything on medium wave.
Kind of imaginative ways in which you think of promoting.
Long wave's working.
Is that something that you're very, very going to do, or just the customers in the...
It might be just interference in here from all the kit I got hooked up.
the #1 album of '84.
Yeah, there is reception there.
here for a reading spa along with my extremely reluctant 13-year-old reader. I mean, just like the definition of. But can you first of all tell me what the reading spa is?
Yeah, so a reading spa is...
So that is working. That is working. You believe it? It's I don't know. I might have knocked the gain of one of those one of the output transistors when I shorted that against the speaker here. Basically, this just floating around inside, and as I turned it, it just must have just touched it. So it might be that I need to pop another driver transistor in there, I expect. But that is working. So thank you again for that one, Paul. So out of those two, I can make one really good one. Red one next. Let's get the red one on. I'm against the clock. I'm against the clock here. And Paul's using the at Radiocruncher to highlight comments. So it's good that you're doing that, Paul, because your eye immediately gets drawn to that. So here's the red one. This one looks a bit poorly. We've got some different knobs. Looks, that one there's a bit of an angle, so I think the rubbers have gone on the tune in there. I can't remember now. I know there's rubbers on that side. Yes, there's like rubber grommets there. No, I think it has got the right knobs. Yeah, this is at quite an angle there. I don't know if you can see that. If I hold up this parallel to it, you can see that it's fairly bent over. So I think the just the rubber grommets need doing on that side. So it's a red one, Sean's favourite colour. It's got quite a lot of, shall we call it, verdigris on it. You did the module in your R600, did you, Mike? Well done, mate. Let's give it the once over with the antibacterial wipes. So I might catch man flu or something off of it. So yeah, I think we've got some timber issues on this one, I think, possibly. It seems to have, the case seems to have opened up down here, but just looking at the condition of it, it's not bad actually. It's a fixer-upper, I think. It's a bit of a ding in the case there. That can be pushed out a little bit, but the painting's ideal. Ideal? The painting on it's good. So far, so good. Let's see aerial. Like the aerial. Yeah, the aerial's not original, I don't think. And it's yeah, the aerial's salvageable, I think. I don't think it's the original top on it. The top looks smaller than it should be. But say you can swap the tops on these. They do unscrew, as you just see me do. Oh, hello, where's that gone? So yeah, it just looks like it's got the wrong top on it. Aerial itself don't look too bad, just needs a bit of a straighten up. Verdigris. Manclave flu. He is, yeah. Yeah, that's That'll clean up nice. Just a touch of verdigris on it. It's been in someone's shed, I expect, for years. I think Paul said he got this one as a part of a job lot, didn't you, Paul? Let's have a little look-see then if this one is going to work. So let's see what lurks inside. Yeah, smells a bit better, this one. Yeah, that's 1971 vintage, I think. All looks good inside. The power switch has got a bit of corrosion on it, so I'm not sure if that'll actually work or not. Let's plug it in and see. We'll make sure that the battery tags are outside this time. Yeah, that plug is a bit dodgy, but it is working, look. Medium wave. That's a lot louder than the other set, so I think I might have done one of the transistors in on that one. Oh well. It's only lock fits.
Terminal there and the Thames barrier. What else is happening? Miners and police were fighting at the Aldbridge pit, or grave pit, I should say. So we were perfectly head coach from, I think we've probably come from behind more than anything.
That's working on medium wave. Something strange going on with the tuning, seems jammed there. Let's try long wave.
Necessarily think of longevity and staying power and nurturing.
That's a very interesting point, and I think there's an archetype of the agent which sort of comes from the producers, that movie.
VHF. That's oscillating a little bit. A bit gargly.
Were entered from.
Yeah, for some reason the tuning won't go past there. Look, it's jamming there. If you can see that or not, it's jamming just there. That was a bargain pull, wasn't it?
Big weekend, Middlesbrough.
Which didn't win, by the way. She... It's called Thicker Than Water, and at that time it was shorter, and I was actually quite down.
There you are, 2 R600s working. We need to do something up with the tune in there. It could be the module inside. Let's pull that out. It could be something gone wrong in the actual RF module, which is, if you can see that, it's that one down there. That's what does all your tuning on AM and FM. That's obviously then fed through to the dreaded IF amplifier, which is in the next box. So again, Paul, thank you very much. Another working R600, but I think, oh, hang on, bear with me, that's my doorbell. 2 secs. Right, back in the room. Sorry, doorbell. Right, let's get on the chat. So yeah, there's something up with the module in there, but I'll get it apart and we can have a look. Yeah, I'll sort that one out. Don't you worry, Paul. Right. Let's get back on my ugly mug because I'm going to have to sort of fold it all up now. If it'll let me get back on me. Yes, it will. Oh, well, I got to forget, I'm not looking at the screen, I'm looking at this camera over here. So, hello camera. I could put that in the middle of the screen really, but then, you know, rule of thirds and all that photography stuff. You know how it is. You know how it is. So let's switch back my Radiocruncher. So patreon.com, if anybody does want to help support the channel, if you subscribe to me on Patreon, then I look after you all anyway, don't I really, but it just helps run the channel and pay for all my gadgets. Look. Certainly is a lot of them at the moment, but hopefully it's a better experience. I watched the channel back last week, the live stream, and it was a lot better quality. You know, for some reason it seems to live stream at a better quality than I can see it on the screen here, so I don't know. So let's catch up with the remaining bit of chat, and then I'm going to have to say bye, because I did say I would knock it on the head at 4:30 today, and that is about it really. Got to get up. It looks like the rain may have stopped, so the barbecue could be on. Yes, Paul, I did have a look at the USB stick. There is a load of stuff on that, mate. That's going to take me months and months to have a look through that. There's loads of bits and pieces, isn't there? So, yeah, thanks again for that. Yes. Now that wasn't Mrs. Cruncher, Paul, that was Beer Hawk. What's this then? What's Andrew sent me? Beer Hawk. What on earth is that? Cheers, Bretsky. Brett, even, thanks for joining us today, mate. Good to have you on board. Come back again soon. 4 for 3 on Perfect Draft kegs. Ooh. Hey, I'll have to bookmark that one, I think, Andrew. Thank you for that one. Anyway, cheers everybody. Don't forget to look me up on Patreon if you don't mind. Like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, then please do. And that's pretty much all from me. Hope you've enjoyed it today. I'm going to get myself sorted and get myself up the pub for a barbecue. So bye for now. Catch you next Sunday.